Hello everyone, it is I, the sneaky spider living in Lexi's attic. I want to start off by disclaiming that all of the content that I'm using today is for educational purposes and commentary purposes. I am just here to make a video and educate the community about Lady Lexi and what she's really about. So let's get started.
You have a spider in your home. It's cute.
Lexi is a streamer on Twitch. She has gone by transgirl43, Lady Lexi, and just a girl Lexi. She pretty much feels entitled to everyone else's money for giving not much in return other than a live stream.
If it can't be community supported, I'm not begging anymore. Everybody's going to do their part, or I'm just going to shut the f- up and walk away.
And I just want to bring awareness about her because I'm quite honestly personally tired of watching her abuse her subscribers and abuse her followers. Not only that, she just treats people really horribly on TikTok and on Twitch. It's just been going on for a really long time now. I've been following this situation for, I would say, about 4 years now. It is crazy because it hasn't really changed much, but it's also gotten worse somehow. I find it crazy how in a 4-year time span, there's so much that can change in life, and so much personally has changed in my life since I first found Lexi. To see that she's quite literally in the same exact position 4 years later is actually insane to me. I have a list of points I want to go through. I have a bunch of clips and screenshots I'm going to be pulling up throughout the video, so bear with me. This is also my first time ever creating content. This is my first time ever making a YouTube video, so bear with me as I go through this. At this point, if no one else is going to do it, I feel like I need to because I feel passionate and I'm really tired of Lexi taking advantage of people and abusing the people who follow her and give her money on a daily basis. So let's get into it.
When I'm 60, I can have a buzz cut.
Lexi is married to Crystal. Crystal is Lexi's wife. They were married pre-transition for Lexi. Crystal is also not a great human being. They both, I would say, deserve each other in a way. She has been shitty to her family. She has mistreated old mods. She has yelled at the old mods in her family on live. She has documented animal abuse on live streams. I will be pulling that up shortly. In general, she's just also a horrible person. The first thing we're going to be going over is the clip of her yelling at past family members on her live stream. I would prefer not to talk too much about family stuff due to her family is probably moving on and the people involved in these situations probably don't want their dirty laundry aired out any more than it has been. So some of the usernames and stuff have been blocked out, but I also still want to show this to really give you guys an example of Crystal and for who she really is. Here is the first clip.
Quite enough.
All right? So now everybody knows why the mods were banned.
In fact, hold it. Ban evil. Now.
No,
No?
it's fine.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm tired of all the pop shots and everything that I've been getting from her.
But the thing is, folks, it's just, when you want to go your own separate way, you go your own separate way. That's great. I'm fine with it. I don't care. I really don't fucking care. Go do your thing. You're mad at me for something I said? Fine. I'm not perfect. I've apologized a million times already. But, like I said, nobody got banned until I started seeing shit popping up everywhere. When shit starts popping up everywhere...
Okay. Well, Evil, would you like to tell Lexi how you're making the accusations of on her breaks going out and doing drugs?
I would like to touch base on this real quick. We are going to touch base further into Lexi's drug abuse later on. But we, in general, have suspected that Lexi is using off camera when she goes on her breaks. None of it is technically confirmed. This is all speculation, but there are things that I will show you later that are definitely concerning. But we are definitely going to touch on that later.
Covertly?
Excuse me?
Yeah. She's making the insinuation that every time you go outside, you're doing drugs.
Would
And
you
that
like to
you
drug
should be
test
in a
me?
much better mood.
Would you like to drug
You
test me?
live on our fucking property and you're doing this shit. Are you happy that I'm not silenced now?
Wait, I'm going to pull up a drug test from this week. Give me 1 second.
So I'm guessing you're the one who started this, my child.
Not here.
So this is when a lot of stuff was going down with the old moderators, and part of Crystal's family was in the chat. Some of her kids, I think maybe just one of her kids. I was in and out during this time period. I also didn't know who everyone exactly was. I was involved, but I wasn't. I had other things going on in my life, so I don't know every single detail. But one of Crystal's kids was one of the moderators in the chat, and something big happened with Evil, and this was Crystal and Lexi's response to all that. In the next clip that I want to pull up, we are going to be touching base on the animal abuse that is happening. Recently, they apparently brought in a feral stray cat and kittens and put them in a room, and has been asking money for like a cat tree and stuff for the cats because they cannot afford to take care of them. When it comes to stray cats, you have to go about bringing in strays and ferals a very particular way, as well as you have to quarantine, you have to get them vet care, and with a feral cat, you need to usually start them off in a crate, not even in a room, especially when they have kittens. So that's one of the more recent events that's been happening. They also got a new dog named Princess. In this clip, you're going to see Lexi show off their new dog Princess that they got recently. And you can see how she doesn't really know how to handle the puppy. I would say that for sure. She just kind of holds it like a prop and is showing it around like a prop, which is really unfortunate. That poor little dog is probably terrified being held and moved around like that. And then on top of that, more grifting and more scamming. While this video was being made, she was adding a wish list for items that you can get for the puppy, because why not get an animal when you can't pay for all the items yourself? So I will be playing that clip next.
I want to introduce to you all Princess. Princess is our new teacup chihuahua. She's only 9 weeks old, and she is absolutely beautiful. And as you see, she's very, very small. And she's going to be my new partner in crime. And
hint how Lexi is also going to ask for donations for the puppy while she has a brand new set of nails on. I just wanted to bring that up.
I want to introduce you to her as she grows up and as she becomes into herself and becomes the cute little puppy that she is. I think that I'm going to do a little series on her. So tell me what y'all think of her. Again, this is Princess. Give Princess, look at me, Princess. We absolutely love Princess. She is absolutely beautiful. She's going to go everywhere I go. Even when I go back to Costa Rica in September, we're taking her with us. We just have to get all the right paperwork, of course, to be able to do that. So I'll be making a wish list for the doggies pretty soon. But it's a whole lot of fun, and I absolutely love her. She is so beautiful. Thank you. Special shout out to my friend Tracy. Thank you very, very much for bringing her to me. I absolutely love her.
So yeah, just in general, being very responsible with animals, with pets. The next clip that I'm going to pull up, I'm going to give you a trigger warning. It is a hard video to watch. I personally have struggled watching it, but I'm going to play it for you guys. Crystal is seen here during a live stream kicking and slapping one of the dogs for barking, or barely even barking, to be honest. The dog was just simply making some noise, and Crystal is here shown kicking and slapping the dog. Trigger warning once again for any of those sensitive.
Hey. Stop. You know, you don't have to. Hey! No! You're a good girl, but you need to calm down. No barking.
She's just a puppy. She don't know any better. No.
In the next clip that is related to the situation, Lexi is seen here with Princess, the new little teacup chihuahua. And in this clip, she's pretty much admitting to cracking the dog's noses. Ew, dude! What the fuck? Which is also smacking or hitting the dog's noses in a form of training / punishment to show the dogs better behavior, I guess.
She fucking knows better, I assure you. Her nose has been fucking cracked a few times. She knows better. You know? She knows better. The sad part is she ain't getting any fucking bigger. She's like...
Both of those clips are very heartbreaking to see. There are other things that have gone on when it comes to animal abuse. Just them having a lot of dogs in general. I believe when they went to one of their out-of-country trips, I wasn't sure if it was the one from Thailand or the one that they went to Costa Rica, if it was for her bottom surgery or for her teeth, but Penny, one of their dogs, passed away in that time. That was due to an infection caused by one of the dogs that bit her during like a dog fight. In general, these people should not be having any animals, let alone bringing in any new animals. I also heard recently that she apparently has ducks and one of the ducks died. So it's really unfortunate to see the animal abuse happening in this house. I've also heard that the house is dirty and not under great conditions, and no animal should have to live that way, no matter what. One other last thing I would like to show is a conversation somebody had with Lexi regarding it, and they brought it up with her. And the first screenshot, they say that they have time to talk. They ask Lexi what's up, what questions do they have for them, and they said that they saw the video saying that she didn't hit the dog was false and that they're not scared to have a conversation, that they're not a mean person. Pretty much just telling Lexi, let's talk about this. Lexi said, I didn't say she didn't hit the dog. I said she didn't abuse, and she didn't. My question to you is, why pick someone apart? I'm sure you're far from perfect. What's your username? Lexi. The person replied with, hitting a living being is wrong. You will never get a good correction from hitting an animal, especially one that you say was abused before you got her. You get up and give positive reinforcement. You separate them. You choose to put it online and people will see it and will have an opinion. And hearing you say you hit your dogs harder than that is sad. And it really is, Lexi. It's really unfortunate that there is so much proof out there of you hitting your dogs and then even admitting to hitting your dogs. Not only are you doing it, but you're doubling down on doing that, which is really unfortunate and really sad to see and scary. You should not be owning pets. The next screenshot is Lexi saying, your answer is pathetic. Dog trainers smack dogs. You're just looking for a reason to bitch. Also notice that Lexi cannot spell, nor can she use correct grammar or punctuation or capital letters. Could she even try? The next person will say, my life is helping animals and I will always call it out, as you should. You should always call out animal abuse. Any kind of abuse, you should always call it out. Dog trainers don't hit dogs. Show me proof. And my username is not worth $5 to you. I've never hit my kids. She has the highest self-esteem because I've given that to her, and I'm in no way jealous of you and have an amazing life. Justifying hitting your dog is not okay. And it isn't. Justifying any kind of abuse or any kind of physical abuse is not okay. That's all I have for that at the moment, for the animal abuse. It's very unfortunate. It's very sad. And I'm sorry that it is happening. And I really hope that those pets at some point can find a better home and hopefully get into some better care, even if I don't think that that will happen, unfortunately. Crystal obviously has many more things that could be added to her list, but I don't want to add every single thing into this video. I want to just get a general basis of the past 4 to 5 years of them as people and more of the recent stuff that's happening now, because I feel that that's important. So I would like to move on to my list that I have for Lexi.
Oh, I'm not in any pain. I'm on a happy pill. Happy, happy, happy.
Yeah, I want to start off with her using the R slur and lying about it. I have 2 clips for that at the moment. Enjoy.
My family, I like to read. I think I'm going to take up audiobooks pretty soon. I just auditioned for 2 of them, so we'll see. Lily called me the R word and it was mean. She used the R word? What the fuck is wrong with her? What a bitch. The only R word I use is reject. Thank you, Vicky.
So we have that one clip of her saying that the only R word that she uses is reject. By the way, Lily is Lily Tino. That will become important later on because she's constantly complaining about Lily Tino, but they're pretty much 2 sides of the same coin sometimes, I will say. And the next clip I'm going to show is going to be Lexi using the R word and then lying about it. Also, trigger warning if you are sensitive to language.
Miss. Thank you, Richard. I'm all woman. Some people are just so fucking retarded, rejectful and a subject you know nothing about.
Most of the things I'm going to talk about first are just the lies that she's telling, and I'm going to get into some more of the serious stuff later on in the video. One of the things that she continuously lies about and her story changes on is how she got her name Lexi. As we've said before, Lexi is a trans woman, so she has changed her name due to that. The story behind her changing her name has changed so many times. She has said that her childhood friend's parents asked her to give it to her. She has said that she asked her childhood friend's parents for the name. She says she chose Knight based on a friend, but then she says she chose Knight based on the meaning of it. So it's just once again, why are we lying about these things? Why can't we just keep our story straight? And why can't we just tell the truth? There's no reason to lie about how you got your name, Lexi. There's no need for that. But nonetheless, we're still doing it. Here's the clip.
Interesting enough, I don't know if I've told you this story or not, but I had a child friend. Her name was Lexi when I was growing up. And she was really, really good to me. She was the only friend I had that was a girl growing up. And unfortunately, when she was 11, she died of leukemia. But she was a big inspiration in my life. And so I decided to take her name. That's where the first name came from. The second name came from I really loved the name Alicia. I thought it was beautiful. It was either going to be Lisa Alexi or Alicia Alexi. And then Knight actually happened. It was between Knight and Steele. I changed my entire name because I didn't want to be associated with my family anymore. And so I changed my entire name, and it was either Knight or Steele. Steele because you can't break it, and Knight because I knew I changed the world somehow. And here I am, changing the world. So that's how I picked my name.
Ah, yes, changing the world by grifting on Twitch. So, bashing on other trans creators and trans people, but we'll get into that later. So yeah, there's the first clip of her saying that she chose the name and how she chose her last name and her middle name. And then we have another clip of her saying that her childhood friend Lexi, that her parents asked her to take the name, which is also just interesting. But here's the other clip.
Unmute you. The significance behind my name, Kaylee, it was given to me by some childhood friends' parents. Now, I know it wasn't you, Julie.
Right there in that clip, now she says that it was given to her by the childhood friend's parents. So it's just things like this where why are we lying about it? Why do we need to come up with lies for this stuff? Just be truthful and just be honest to yourself. The next thing I want to touch base on is her treating Crystal like shit. I will be honest, she does not treat Crystal well. Crystal also doesn't treat Lexi well, but like I said, they both pretty much deserve each other. But I would still like to put it to light of how she disrespects Crystal. She talks over Crystal. She doesn't respect her boundaries. I heard at one point that Crystal did not want Lexi smoking inside, and Lexi pretty much just said, screw that, I'm going to do what I want anyways, and disregarded her feelings about it. I have at least one clip that I would like to show regarding this. In this clip specifically, Crystal states that she would get a buzz cut. And Lexi's response to that is so rude and so disrespectful, as well as the hypocrisy of it. I'm just going to play it, and then I'll touch base on it after I play it.
That when I'm 60, when I'm 60, I can have a buzz cut.
I think that'd be the issue, getting divorced.
You would divorce me over a haircut?
I didn't marry a man.
Oh my God! I still wouldn't be a man.
Well, no, I know, but you get the point.
Holy shit!
Buzz
Holy
cut.
shit!
Buzz cut. Ugh.
Oh my God!
Thank God we get many
You
years
have
to
an
go.
aversion to hair. What's the difference?
Not head hair, I don't.
Oh Jesus!
In that clip, Crystal pretty much states she would get a buzz cut at the age of 60, and Lexi completely shuts her down and threatens a divorce, quite literally, and she doesn't seem like she's joking either, over Crystal cutting her hair. And I think that the statement, I didn't marry a man, is also very interesting because Crystal didn't marry a woman. She married a man at first as well, and then she stayed with you through your transition and is now married to a trans woman. And for you to say something like that after what Crystal has been through for you is insane to me. That is so hypocritical. In this clip, Lexi comes in. I think she grabbed like a drink from like the fridge out in the house or something. I think that they film in like a shed or like an off building from their house. So it's not filmed in their house. So she went back in, grabbed a drink, and came back. And I guess Crystal organized the fridge. And Lexi's response to it is, once again, just very rude and very disrespectful and very dismissive.
Because I was loading fridges, stoves on and off the truck, and now for the past year, I haven't done shit. Yeah. That ship is fucking sailed.
One cold coat. Done deal. And I got my fridge back.
How do you like the way I set it up?
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess you don't like it.
I will tell you this, guys. I am looking for a mini fridge for the studio, just in case anybody's curious. I actually meant to add one to my wish list, and I haven't yet. I got one up there, but it's not really a mini fridge. But if anybody wants to help add one to the fucking studio, here's your opportunity. I just basically need one for like soda and shit. Nothing super spectacular.
Yes. Not only are we being disrespectful to Crystal after she organized your fridge for you, sounds like, to be nice and do a good deed for you, even though you treat her like shit, we also have to follow that up by asking our viewers and our audience, or our customers, as Lexi would put it.
We kind of want to hit like another demographic too, not just the customers that we have. And you're not customers, you
for a mini fridge, because why not? Why not ask your followers to buy everything for you? So that clip is always interesting to me. I think the way that she treats Crystal is completely horrible. I don't think that's fair to Crystal, but at the same time, Crystal's also a horrible person. So at the end of the day, they deserve each other, but she just, in general, treats people horribly, and that's just another example to add to the list. One thing recently that she's also been doing is been giving medical advice. I should start this off by touching on Lexi's sobriety. We'll start there. Lexi claims that she's sober. She supposedly is on Suboxone. There has been countless number of live streams that I have personally seen, clips that I have seen of her nodding out and her eyelids being heavy and her words slurring on live. I am personally, myself, a recovering addict. I have been around people who are recovering addicts and have been in active addiction. I know what to look for. I'm not saying I'm an expert, but sometimes the signs are just right in front of you and they're obvious. Lexi also says information about her medications and misinforms. The clip that I'm going to pull up right now is Lexi nodding off on live stream while also, funny enough, talking about being sober. This will also be a trigger warning for people who are sensitive to addiction and alcohol and drugs and seeing someone under the influence. So just be wary to that, and I just want put that out there.
I always hated doing the community shit city does for kids, like trunk or treat, etc. Still today, not crazy about social gatherings, especially since I got sober. I get that, Ashley. I get that. Congrats on your sobriety too. That's fantastic. Stay sober, baby. How long you been sober? Six says, fake it till you make it. That's what I did with my job. Well, I mean, that's all any of us can do. What do you think I did when I started this job? Fake it till I make it, Big scam and all, don't you know? Welcome in, Jesse. 3.5 years before years in April 28th. Congratulations. Congrats on your fucking awesome sobriety. I think that's fan-fucking-tastic. That's how you find out what you're good at, not good at. Exactly. And I know exactly what I'm capable of. Becca, welcome in. Sobriety. Yeah, I'm almost 13 years clean. I'll be 13 years in May.
So yeah, in that clip, Lexi is clearly under the influence of something. She's talking and she's there, but she looks like she's barely keeping herself awake. She's barely keeping her eyes open. It's clearly hard for her to focus. And then to top all that off, she ends it by saying that she's been sober for 13 years. I don't think that that's true personally. Next, I would like to show a video of her giving bad mental health advice, making fun of mental health, giving bad medical advice, a little bit of everything. I have a screenshot that I'm going to pull up here that I would like to read out from the Reddit. I will say a great source of information for all this that I'm pulling up is the Reddit, which would be Lady Lexi Snark 2 or the Lady Lexi Snark the first sub. That has some of the older information on it. I would recommend the newer Reddit. It's a great way to find information and a great way to talk to people. If you have questions or if something's unclear to you or you just want to see it for yourself, I highly recommend checking out the Reddit. I'll put that in the link in the description below. So in this screenshot, somebody states that mental health is important, and they said, "Good morning, Lexi and Crystal." So you joke about people talking to each other on different accounts. Okay, y'all, sure. But joking about split personalities, which is for one offensive to the DID community. Yeah, that's low, Crystal. Y'all know nothing, so y'all need to sit down and shut up and pay attention to this post clearly. Mental health is not a joke. Don't you ever joke about split personalities. It's horrible and offensive, and that's why it's not called that anymore. I like that you think that mental health is something to joke about, but we already knew you don't care considering other people or how your words hurt other people. Also, just a bit of advice since you don't know better. You say things are not in a DSMV. Maybe you should read it because you are wrong. I know. How dare Lexi be wrong? Crazy. Maybe you should read in there what you have that makes you such a person. I'll give you hints if you need them, though. Just a PS. If you have to say I'm not Dr. Butt, then just be quiet. Practically, this person's stating that Lexi made fun of DID by making jokes about split personalities because, she's always talking about the Reddit because we live rent free in her minds. And she was saying how we make different accounts to like talk to each other and act like we're having conversations. And that led into the joke of split personalities and DID. And that's very disrespectful and, like this person said, very offensive. And mental health is not a joke, and you shouldn't be joking about that, as well as you shouldn't be giving medical advice and talking about things you don't know about. As the person said here at the bomb, if you have to say I'm not a doctor but, then just don't say it. Don't follow that up with anything, because likely you're going to get someone hurt or give someone bad medical advice, and they may follow that, and it could have really serious repercussions. And I just don't feel like you think about that before you do this stuff, Lexi. I also have another clip of Lexi for this. In this clip, talking about her Percocets and her Suboxone. This was, I think, after she got one of her surgeries, and her giving incorrect information about how those drugs work together.
They check to make sure that my levels, I take 4 a day, 32 milligrams, and they make damn sure that my levels test fucking just where it should be. And it does. So I get it. No, I totally get it. Old script. Girl, I don't have a fucking old script kicking around from any fucking time. So, like when I got my surgery last year, oh, you know I'm coming for you too. You fucking know it. So you can stop right there for now, but I'll get you. So, last year when I had my labiaplasty, April, my doctor knew that I was going to be on Percocets. And I was on 5 milligram Percocet. One was it 3 times a day? I think it was 3 times a day, nothing. But they knew because I told them ahead of time, I'm going to be on Percocet. I'm going to fucking pulse. I'm gonna fail your test.
And it was confirmed in your records too.
And it was in my records that it was prescribed for surgery. So I said, I am going to test hot next time. And they knew that. And I didn't get in trouble for it because, well, they knew I was going to test hot. So.
And they knew it was in the same network, same medical records. So
big myth about Suboxone. People think that if you're on Suboxone, you're going in for surgery, that you should stop your Suboxone. Absolutely not. You continue to take your Suboxone, and it works in conjunction with whatever med you're on. Then you will not go into precipitated or false withdrawal. If you stop your Suboxone and start taking something else, and you are off your Suboxone for more than 48 hours, you're going to go into precipitated withdrawal as soon as you start taking it if you don't wait 24 hours for your last fucking dose. It's kind of interesting how that works, but it's fucking neat. Medicines are weird, and it only takes a second to fuck it up.
And in this screenshot from Google, you are not supposed to use any other type of opioids with other opioids because that is extremely dangerous, and you could do very serious things and have very serious repercussions if you did that. So Lexi needs to stop giving out medical advice when she doesn't know what she's talking about. And then one other thing I would like to pull up regarding to this is recently she got a surgery down there again, a labioplasty, and she has admitted in this clip that she's on her happy pills, even though she's supposedly sober.
Night, but I find myself fucking tired.
Right now, no, I'm not in any pain. I'm on a happy pill. Happy, happy, happy. You know, you fucking Reddit assholes over there constantly say I'm on fucking drugs. Well, today I'm on fucking drugs. I'm on my perks and happy to be there. Trust me, if I'm doing drugs, I'll tell you motherfuckers I'm doing drugs. You know? But I'm on a prescribed drug. Big difference.
Yeah, it may be prescribed, Lexi, but it still doesn't matter because you're abusing it, you're taking too much of it, you're not using it correctly, you're mixing it with other medications that I'm not even sure you're supposed to be mixing it with. I think it's interesting. She just pretty much blatantly says, I'm on drugs. She's not sober. She is not taking her sobriety seriously. And that's unfortunate because she does have a lot of people in her chat that are in active sobriety and are trying to keep themselves, you know, in a good place in their life. And Lexi could very well be threatening that. Lexi needs to stop giving out medical advice. She needs to stop claiming that she's sober and just quite honestly stop talking about drugs on her stream altogether. She doesn't know what she's talking about, and she's clearly lying about the stuff that she says when it comes to her medications and her sobriety. Another thing I would like to touch base on is her not respecting trans people. I will say this is probably one of the only times Lexi being trans is relevant to the conversation at all, because 99% of the time her being trans is not relevant to this. She's just a shitty person, trans or not. You're a shitty person, Lexi. I'm sure you're shitty before the transition and you're shitty after the transition, so it doesn't really change. But in this case scenario, this is where it fucking matters, because you're going to be trans and you're going to be an ally, you're going to be part of the community, and then this is how she treats other transgender people in the community. I have a clip of her talking about Lily Tino and misgendering Lily Tino and just being okay with it, not even caring.
Cowgirl's right. He is not taking any accountability. No, of course not. Of course not. That's why he's not going to do my interview. He's fucking terrified. He's afraid. Period. I'm just going to stop fucking gendering her correctly. You know? Fuck her. She doesn't care about me. Why should I care about her? Yeah, she's not taking any accountability, and I'm not surprised she won't. Yep, I just did misgender her a couple of times. Oops, my bad. Only because you put he down there. Get me all fucked up. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you so much. Oh, that's cute.
In that clip, Lexi misgenders Lily Tino multiple times and double downs on it. And pretty much says, yeah, I misgendered her. And actually, it's your guys' fault because you guys misgendered her first in the chat. Lexi, take some accountability. You're talking about how Lily Tino's not taking any accountability, but once again, you're talking about Lily Tino, and you guys are two sides of the same coin. You never take accountability for anything. And then on another clip that I would like to show, she is talking about how she doesn't usually bash on other creators unless, and I'm just going to let her say it for herself.
Kazi says the crazy thing is that these people, that people give these people a platform to do it. The amount of TikTokers, YouTubers on content creators that bash other content creators get views like, what the fuck? And that's the crazy part, Kazi. I don't even need to bash another content creator. I mean, I do on occasion, but they're usually some trans fucking loser or whatever. But
wow, Lexi. Just wow. I don't even really know what to say about that because I feel like it honestly speaks for itself. I personally don't even want to recite the words that she said because it's just so vile to me that she is speaking this way. But I feel like that clip speaks for itself. Another thing that I would like to bring up regarding to misgendering and not being respectful of other people when she's also begging other people to be respectful to her is she has previously complained about people saying bro or dude in her chat. And specifically, this is one of her followers or someone in the chat named Zoe. Supposedly Zoe is a trans woman. And Lexi is throwing her bro and dude and guy at her in the chat. Now, I don't personally think that there's anything wrong with that because, yes, people do just use bro and guy and dude in their sentences, and it's not really meant to gender anyone or gender anything specific. It's just like another word to go into the sentence. But it almost feels on purpose here with Lexi because she also treats Zoe like shit. She does not respect Zoe. There are so many countless times of Zoe being recorded of Lexi being recorded treating Zoe horribly on stream. And I don't really know why it is because I'm pretty sure Zoe gives donations, but either way, she's just really mean to Zoe. I'll touch base on that a little bit more in depth in a moment, but at the end of the day, Lexi is not respecting other transgender people. She is misgendering transgender people on purpose, and she just doesn't seem to care about how other people feel. And I think that's really unfortunate considering that she could really be a big voice for the community. She could really help smash a lot of stereotypes. And if anything, sometimes I feel like she's adding to them. On this next clip, I would like to show up is her being mean to Zoe, the one I just mentioned in her live streams. I'm not really sure why Zoe continues to support Lexi and why she continues to show up every night. Lexi's really rude to her.
By the way, my daughter was 17 months old when she passed away. She had double pneumonia. Her heart gave out. How is that relevant to the conversation, Zoe? Well, I'm sorry for your loss. How is this relevant to the conversation? How? This is not relevant to the conversation, Zoe. Again, sorry for your loss, but this has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's very dismissive, very disrespectful. She clearly just told you something very traumatic that happened to her in her life, and you just completely dismissed everything that she just said and pretty much told her it doesn't matter because it's not relevant to the conversation that they were currently having in that moment in the stream. This isn't the only time that Lexi treats her chat horribly.
We're going to need a level 5. Show me some fucking effort. How's that?
The rest of this is mainly going to be about her, manipulating and scamming and grifting her viewers, which she says that she doesn't do, but that's not true. She's constantly treating her chat horribly. Lately, she has been going against terms of service on Twitch and have been banning anyone who is not actively donating bits to her stream. I don't even know where to start with this when it comes to clips because this is where most of my clips come from, but I feel like I'll just kind of start with the most recent and just kind of go from there. Long story short, she's very manipulative. She guilts her customers.
Yeah, listen, oh good, but oh good means, oh, you're going to need to support it too. Hopefully we kind of want to hit like another demographic too, not just the customers that we have. And you're not customers, you
into giving her money, paying her bills. She said that everyone should be able to shell out $1.40 each stream to her. And if you're not doing that, you get banned pretty much. Here's a clip of her talking about banning. All right, this is actually a clip of her actively banning someone.
That's suspicious as fuck. Anyway, you're welcome, Karis. Yeah, I got the same view. Do what you got to do there, Grace. All right, guys, that's it. All right, we're gonna
X-nay that. We'll talk about that in a minute.
we're gonna axe out. So, guys, remember, be yourselves, huh? The world will adjust, and if they don't,
Fuck them.
So yeah, in that clip, they both are like looking at an account. This is within like the most recent streams that they've been doing this again. And they were going through all the accounts that were idling in her chat that weren't sending money, who are actively subscribed but not talking in her chat, and went through and banned people. We also have a clip of her talking about banning us, and then she follows that up with, why don't you come in my chat and talk to me? That we're too coward to come in her chat and talk to her and confront her. Well, Lexi, we can't even idle in your chat without you banning us, let alone come to you with our opinions and confront you about anything, because it will immediately get removed and immediately get banned. So I don't know why you're asking us to come do this when you already know what the outcome is going to be.
Shaman Eyes over on Reddit, she goes, that's 2 of my IDs tonight banned. She's on a roll, people. I can't imagine how many innocents she's banning. Superior customer service from Just Scammer Lexi. Who the fuck is scamming? Why don't you come over here and tell me what I'm doing? It's so bad there, Shamarese. You say I'm scamming. What am I scamming? Do tell, please. Don't put it over in Reddit. I just happened to catch this one, so it just happened to be something one of my moderators sent me. So why don't you just come over here and tell me what your fucking trigger is? What's your problem? How am I scamming? Please do tell. Dying to know. They won't, because they're fucking cowards. Because they know I'm not scamming anybody.
In that clip, Lexi pretty much calls us cowards because we won't come and confront her directly in her streams, even though if we ever bother trying, we would just get banned and deleted immediately. And also, what is our problem and what are you scamming? Our problem is that you treat your audience like shit and you disrespect them, at the same time begging them to pay your bills, begging them to pay for your nails and for your lip injections and your surgeries, lying about what you used the money for after you got all this money, thousands and thousands of dollars from your audience, from your customers, per your words. And we're tired of watching you take advantage of all these people who may not have a whole lot of money and may be in the dumps themselves, maybe feeling lonely, and they feel as if they have to pay you in order to get any attention from you and any sort of friendship from you. And if they don't pay you, then their source of happiness and their comfort streamer, even if I disagree with them being the comfort streamer for them, at the end of the day, for some people, that is their comfort streamer is Lexi. She is constantly threatening to shut down the stream if her budget's not made or if the bits are not there. Oh yeah, back to Crystal. So I have a screenshot here of Crystal admitting that they are pretty much scamming people for money. This is an older screenshot, but they get mad when you gift subs and it makes the train complete faster because they only get half the sub money and they raise the difficulty of the trains by a lot to get more from you. Somebody asked, I've concluded the point of leaving the trains on hard is because you both are tired of being here so long and don't want to complete trains anymore. Or don't want the trains complete anymore because how Lexi's stream works is the more money you give her, the longer she will stay. And Christo says, nope, we're just trying to recoup all the friggin' subs, which means, nope, we're just trying to get as much money out of you as possible to complete the train so that we have more money out of your pockets and into our pockets. The next clip I would like to show up is Lexi calling her viewer customers, her audience, her fans, whatever you want to call them, her supporters. This is how Lexi truly feels about you guys, just in case you were wondering.
Actually, 9 if you want to get technical. So, yeah, that would have sucked. Oh, I love a good morning show, Cobby. Yeah, listen, oh, good, but oh, good means, oh, you're going to need to support it too. So, hopefully, we kind of want to hit like another demographic too, not just the customers that we have. And you're not customers, you're viewers, but you know what I mean. We want to hit other aspects, other time zones, and maybe, just maybe, expand our audience a little bit.
From Lexi herself, calling you guys customers, and then quickly catching herself and being like, oh shit, you guys are actually viewers. Once again, very disrespectful, and really goes to show how Lexi feels about the people who are giving her money and paying her bills and keeping her here and keeping her from having a real job. Here's another clip of Lexi saying that she feels underappreciated and undervalued and pretty much guilt tripping her entire audience because they didn't meet her sub goal and her bits goal.
So I feel very underappreciated, feel very undervalued. I appreciate that. So it is what it is. But on that note, I guess I'll see you guys later. I hope you enjoyed the clips. So I will see you all tomorrow night, I guess at 8 o'clock. See if maybe we can make tomorrow night a little better, shall we? And I hate that we do this. I do. If you guys want the show off the air, just say so. Because at the rate we're going, that's exactly where we're going to end up. So just understand that. And that'll be your doing, not mine. So. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Have a great night.
So in that clip, you can see that she's clearly upset. Her hype train didn't get completed as she wanted. She clearly is not going to be starting at 7 o'clock the next stream because they didn't hit the money goal that she had set. And you can see she's quite salty about it and making her audience feel really bad about it, which is just so unfortunate and so disrespectful to her viewers, or once again, her customers. I have another clip here of her bitching about Reddit, and then also, as much as she wants money out of her viewers, she's also bitching about this ghost hype train because she doesn't want people putting in too much of their money into the hype train that's too early instead of putting all their money into the hype train later on so they can get their 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock or whatever it is that they get when they hit their goals.
Blueberry says, I'm permanently banned from Reddit, LOL. Oh, my Lord. Crazy people. Hey, Loretta, good to see you. Don't worry about the ghost train, guys. I wouldn't bother adding to it. It's a ghost train. I didn't ask for it. I don't want it. It's too fucking early. We don't usually do a train until about 8:30 or so. So let's worry about it then. And Blueberry, I'll tell you, I don't even bother with fucking Reddit. People send me posts every once in a while. I get a fucking post, and it's like, why did you send me that? I really wish you guys wouldn't send me posts from Reddit because I don't want to see them. I don't want to give them the satisfaction. Who cares?
Dilly Gaff, your turn. Do I look like I give a fuck? Dilly Gaff.
It's not worth it to me. So let's not give these people the satisfaction of saying, hey, fucking, whatever. You guys want to go over there and troll the shit out of them. I don't have a problem with that. But.
Oh, also violating another term of service there with Twitch. And encouraging her viewers to come over to the subreddit and troll us, pretty much. That's against terms of service, Lexi. You cannot encourage your audience to go harass another platform or another sub or another streamer. And then also her just bitching about the hype train being too early is, I don't have much to say to that other than that's just insane to me that she wants all this money, but then she's going to bitch when she starts getting money when it's not the right time for her. This next clip is her going through and talking to her viewers and saying, do I put food on my table or do I support Lexi? Do I pay my bills and take care of my family or do I support Lexi?
Do I put food on my table or do I help support Lexi? I get it. I try to stay positive if I can. BS, I'll sell this dick to keep them subs rolling in for you, Lexi. All right, well, you do that, Zuni. I appreciate that.
She just does not care about her viewers. She just wants as much money as she can get out of them, no matter if they're putting food on their table, if they're paying their bills, if they're going broke. It does not matter to her. I have another clip here of her just straight up grifting. This was also her guilt tripping her chat because they didn't do a good enough job at sending her money.
Oh, yeah, guys, listen, I don't know how many of you guys want the stream to exist or not to exist, but if we don't start seeing some support, pretty much, I'm just going to shut it down. So you guys got to decide what you want. I'm going to leave it at that. All right? It shouldn't be up to 2 or 3 people, 4 or 5 people. It should be everybody. So you guys make the decision. I can either shut it off now and walk away, or we can start pulling everybody's part. It's up to you. You decide what you guys want, but I'm done playing games. I'm done asking and I'm done begging. So either everyone will support and...
I just want to pause real quickly. It always makes me laugh when she says, I'm done asking and I'm done begging. Lexi, that's all you ever do is ask and you beg for money. You don't do anything else, darling.
And a good majority will, or I'm just going to shut it off and walk away. You make your choice. You decide what you want. But I agree with you, Tammy Brown. Everybody needs to do their part. I'm not asking for much. But if it can't be community supported, I'm not begging anymore. Everybody's going to do their part, or I'm just going to shut the fuck off and walk away. So be it. Ooh, that's some hot coffee. So y'all decide. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you're not in a good mood, cool man. Neither the fuck am I.
That clip is just horrible to watch, and I feel horrible for the person in her chat. Cool man, I don't know if this person is trolling or if they're being serious. I would assume they're being serious because who would joke about something like that? But the fact that she just completely dismisses that viewer about the diagnosis that they got, and her just being so rude to her viewers about giving her enough money. Talking about begging, and Lily Tino, I know I've been jumping around a little bit, but I'm doing my best to stay on track, claims that Lily Tino is begging, but she's not.
Literally goes out, sits at restaurants, berates people, demands that her fucking people pay for her fucking luxurious fucking $80, $90 lunches, and then gets away with that. If you really want to go fucking see somebody who's scamming, go pay attention to that. Or how about Daviana? Daviana is another great example. I believe she had a GoFundMe, from my understanding, and to save her gym. Well, she took the GoFundMe money and got further surgeries on herself and closed her gym. So if you want to talk about people scamming,
I don't know anything about the second person. I heard that Lexi was actually incorrect on that information, and that other person did actually pay their own money. I don't really know about that situation myself, but I did read that Lexi was incorrect about her information on that. And she's sitting there talking about Lily Tino, how Lily Tino sits there at restaurants and makes people pay for her luxurious meals while begging. Lexi, you sit in your shed or your house or wherever you do your stream and you beg people to pay for your animals and your mini fridges and your nails and your lips and your teeth and your bottom surgery and God knows what else have you begged for throughout the years on your stream. And then you want to say that Lily Tino's scamming and Lily Tino's begging. You're doing the same thing, just a different setting. Just a different setting. This is one of my favorite clips. This was also more recently in one of her live streams. This is the same one where she called her audience customers, by the ways.
and thank you for the 1 tier 1 sub, and thank you, Jeanette, for the 500.
This was
biddies.
about starting a hype train.
I heard the TikTok was down because Powder had US data center. Somebody had said that to me too, but I don't know anything about it. And you're welcome, Jenna. Let me see. So I guess we can do a train if you guys want to. We're going to need a level 5, but it's really up to you. Or, you know what? Show me some fucking effort. How's that? So it's up to you guys what you want to do from here.
She was so serious when she said that too. Show me some fucking effort. How's that? Wow. Just wow. That one always makes me giggle because it's truly just unbelievable that she is talking to her audience this way, the people who pay her bills. And this is how she talks to them. One last thing I would like to touch base on is how Lexi has brought in donations for her teeth that she got replaced and her bottom surgery that she got done. And she has lied about both of those things. The clip is very interesting. She contradicts herself here about how she paid for her teeth.
Ask me about my teeth in a while. That's kind of crazy. Well, you know, Bug Lover, honey, people ask me about my teeth all the time because they're implants. Guys, don't forget to tap that screen, show you love. Do not forget to drop a daily heart me. And of course, we do have a new gift go up top. I'd appreciate that. It was $17,000 for me to do my teeth, but I have the upgraded version, the zirconias. And it was fucking amazing to go there. Is it humid? No. I do look different, yeah. I'm actually going back to film a commercial. Well, Bethany, you know, I paid out of pocket for mine. So, yeah.
Well, hey, fellow TikTokers, how are you today? I hope you're enjoying this fine, beautiful day today. But I wanted to take a moment out of my day to say thank you. Thank you to everybody that made their way over to my bio, clicked on my GoFundMe, and contributed towards my teeth.
So there we have it. Her lying about how she paid for her teeth. She said she paid for her teeth out of pocket. And then she's saying that, or not saying, but she is thanking everyone for donating to her GoFundMe for the teeth that she supposedly paid out of pocket for. No, you didn't, Lexi. Your subscribers paid out of pocket for your teeth. In the next clip, Lexi is talking about her donations and where her donations went to. All in all, I'm going to wrap this up. That's most of everything I really wanted to touch base on. Most of everything that I felt was important to put all into one video. And some of this was definitely directed towards Lexi and Crystal. Some of it's directed towards her viewers, and some of it's just directed towards people who are curious about the situation and what's going on. Like I said, I highly recommend checking out the Reddits and looking for yourself at all the information in front of you, reading people's experiences with her. And there's a lot of people on there who used to be longtime supporters of Lexi who finally saw her for who she is and was sick of being lied to and mistreated, disrespected, and manipulated on a day-to-day basis by her. And I hope that this can bring some light to the situation. I hope that this can make a difference. And even if it doesn't, at least it's out there now. And I don't know. I'm sometimes just in disbelief of the situation and how long it's been going on for and how blindsided her viewers seem to be to the situation. I always find that very interesting. But like I said, I've been following the situation for a while now. I have felt very passionately about this for a while. I wanted to make sure I actually had enough clips put together, enough proof put together, and enough notes put together to cover a little bit of everything that's super important. This video is truly just a tip of the iceberg when it comes to Lexi. And if you guys want me to make more content for it, I'll be happy to do so. I could talk about this forever. I'm very grateful because my husband supports me watching this and supports me, you know, snarking on her, whatever you want to call it. I don't consider it snarking when everything's out there for proof, and we're just simply trying to educate and inform people about Lexi and Crystal and who they are as people and what their game is and how they're treating their viewers and how they scam their viewers and grift almost every night. Thank you for watching, and Lexi, I hope you enjoyed. And I don't know if we can keep this in, but I don't know what to say. But thank you all for watching. And I'm going to climb back up into Lexi's attic and watch from above. And I'll be back shortly, I guess. Depends on what happens next, I guess. But yeah, thanks for watching. And I hope that this opens some people's eyes, because I'm really tired of watching Lexi treat people like shit and scam people over and over and over again for the past 4 to 5 years, lying about everything, lying about her, lying to her viewers, lying about her transition, lying about the smallest of things, and lying about the biggest of things. All of it just needs to stop, and it needs to change. So I'm hoping that this video can be a step in that direction. Thanks for watching. Bye.